Hey guys, it's Dawn here and I want to show you the Toyota. This is a 2018 Toyota 4Runner. I've been really excited to try out this car because I am so biased. One of my most favorite cars ever that I've owned was a 4Runner, and it was a much older one. I don't remember what year now. Sorry, I can't remember at all what year, but it was a long time ago. And now they have the newer ones, and since my X5 is in the shop, then the first rental they gave me was a Ford Explorer, and then I exchanged that for the 4Runner now. Ford Explorer actually started leaking gas on me, which was really bad, so I definitely needed to exchange it out for the 4Runner, which is the one I wanted in the first place. Lots and lots of differences between the 4Runner and the Explorer and my X5, so I'm going to just go through those things. First thing is the trunk space. Let's take a look at that. This one, this whole thing opens up, right? And that is really heavy. My X5 splits it up. So you have a top thing that opens up and then the bottom tailgate that opens up. So that is nice because the tailgate will keep things from falling out, because sometimes if you pack stuff in here and then you open it, everything can just spill out if they were leaning up against this, right? But with that tailgate, that's really nice. But the problem with the tailgate is you pull open the tailgate and now your leg is very far away because the tailgate is so long, and then it's harder to lift. Well, it's harder for me to lift heavy things up and over that tailgate to get onto the trunk. So, but minor things. This one has a small little bumper here, which I can still pretty easily lift things up and over this. The Explorer, this thing was really low. This one is a lot higher, but then the problem with the much higher one is in the garage, you can't open it up because it'll hit the top of the garage. Some cars you can limit the maximum height that this rises up to. I don't know if you can do that with this one because I didn't read the manual. You have some anchor points, which is nice. That's a must-have. Nice big room and no gaps on the bottom, unlike the Explorer, and some little cutouts to put stuff in. For your car seat, fits perfectly in the center, unlike the Explorer. The Explorer wanted to offset a little bit, which is really bizarre, but the Explorer's attachment anchor on the back went all the way down to the bottom, which was a little bit of a hassle. This is a lot easier since it's up top, but is it more secure if it goes all the way to the bottom? I don't know. So yeah, love this, except that I can't really open this, and this does not have an automatic. This is about, I have to stand on my tippy toes to reach this, and then it's a little hard to get over this hump right there before I can slam that down. So I do miss that automatic open shut. This is a narrower vehicle, narrower this way, which is nice because in the garage now I have a lot more space on my sides, and it's really easy to maneuver into tight places, and also smaller parking spots. Because it's a lot narrower than both the Explorer and the X5. The doors are these short little doors, which is also nice in little parking spots so you don't ding other people's cars or whatever. On the back, you do have two of these power sources, very basic interior. Seats are basically like truck seats. This drives like a truck, it feels like a truck. Just a lot more stable than a truck because of the extra weight over the hind end that makes it resist spinning out the rear tires. All this stuff is basic, and basic seats. The Explorer drives like a car, cushy, nice. A Highlander drives like a car, cushy, nice, you know, comfortable. The Explorer has really annoying shift points. It wants to always stay at 15 100 RPMs, which is just ridiculous to me because you got no power there. Yeah, you got better gas mileage, but no power. I mean, safety. You got to have power to jet out of the way if something happens. This one, I love the shift point, has good power. It shifts like I think that a car should, so I like that a lot better. Now this one is a 2018, and I was surprised when they handed me a key. This one still has a key. It's only been 4 years that I drove a car with a button ignition. I miss this key because when you first get your first car, your first key, this was power held in the palm of your hand. And the first time you stuck this in there, that was so much joy right there, right? I mean, you can't rob. There's going to be a whole people that don't know that sound and don't experience that, and I don't know, that's just sad to me. I miss the key, but I do miss keyless entries. Now I have to carry a key around. I have to dig out my key before I can get in the car. I can't just lock and unlock the car from just pushing a button on the outside of the door. So I do miss that quite a lot, actually. But I also miss the key. We gotta have a key in the ignition. When I first get into a car, the first thing I look for is this symbol, because that little arrow that's pointing to the left, that says that your gas cap is on the left side. The other cars, the gas cap is on the right side, and I switch around a lot, so I can never quite remember where my gas cap is, so that tells you right there. The other thing that I like to do, let's stay here for a sec. So here's your gear indicator, and pretty red, white, and blue, and I always do my trip as well. And this has a very interesting shifter, so you just go into all your different gears. This is drive, and it tells you right there with the D. Drive is over here, manual shifting is over here, and then you go up and down. Then you gotta maneuver through all that to go through all the different gears, which is kind of funky. The sound system on this is very nice. It's basic, but it's very nice. Sound system in the Explorer sucks, very tinny. Sound system on my Ford F350 sucks, very tinny. So I'm thinking that Ford has a weakness with their sounds, with their basic sound systems. Very tinny, which sucks. Which is surprising because everything else was kind of, lush, and their seats are lusher and all that stuff. But then their sound was like suck. This one has a much better sound, but I noticed that Toyota's, their weakness seems to be air. Toyota's air is very, very simple. A lot of the other cars now has a max air setting and all that stuff. This doesn't. It's just very, very simple air conditioning. And so I think that's where Toyota is kind of lacking. Toyota still has a lot of things like this that has been around forever. This is the same system or same design that they've used forever, right? They don't change that. I love this. Explorer only had the time over here. I miss that. I actually miss that. And then the Explorer and this 4Runner both have excellent touchscreen computers right here, and you can just go through, you can choose sound, and then you sync it up with your phone very easily, and it automatically resyncs to my phone when I come in, automatically pulls up my Pandora and starts playing my music from Pandora. It's very reliable, very easy, does it all the time. It is great, it is perfect. Unlike my X5, but my X5 is also 4 years old. But I don't know why they can't fix that with just a simple update. But anyways, that's my gripe with the X5. But it is 4 years old. But this one, you choose your source. We're gonna do FM, and all that is set. Let's see. Oh, this one has this over here. The Explorer doesn't have this on the driver's side, only on the passenger side. Right, so what else? Your coffee thingy, you can pull this thing out, and then that is bigger. I don't test because I really don't. I bring bottles of water. I don't really put mugs and stuff in there, so I don't really use that big space. And here, drives like a truck. Has truck seats. Thin little doors. Very basic. So it's just bizarre because, you know, everything about this seems kind of basic, right? But I still love it. I love the 4Runner. I didn't like the cush of the Explorer because it felt like I was driving a bouncy house down the road, especially if you start asking it to perform around the turns and stuff. Then it's really like driving a bouncy house. Really soft suspension. This is a much tighter suspension and a much quicker response when you get on the gas and stuff like that, which is everything that I like. So there you go. Overall, I still miss my X5, and that is still the best that I've driven so far. And so I'll be happy to get that back. But the only thing with the X5 is that one drives like a sporty car, not a muscle car, not a regular car. That's a sporty car, not a truck. I don't know, something that drives like a truck seems better for horsey stuff, outdoorsy horsey stuff than the X5, but I think the X5 can still do it. It's not like I'm asking it to go 4x, but I do go on dirt roads, sometimes very dirt roads with lots of rocks and ditches and stuff. And so, yeah. So anyways, I love this car. I miss my 4Runner. I'll be sad when this goes, but I have it for a few more days, and so I'm gonna enjoy it while I have it. There you go. Thanks for hanging out with me, and if there are any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Oh, one last thing. I totally forgot, and I was totally going to show you. The other important thing that I do when I get a new car is right here. This is your seatbelt. Did you know that you can just pull this down and then it's more comfortable for short people like me so it doesn't strangle your neck? Yeah, so that's the other important thing. Okay, so there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.